Chapter 4. The Architect's Surveillance State, the False Omnipresent Nature of the Demiurge. Throughout human history, mainstream religious institutions have conditioned humanity to believe that the Creator God is an omniscient, omnipresent being who exists simultaneously everywhere, tracking every human thought, word, and action. From the Gnostic perspective, this doctrine is a massive psychological operation. The Demiurge is absolutely not omnipresent. He is a highly localized, structurally restricted, and deeply isolated entity who is completely blind to the infinite spiritual dimensions above him. The appearance of omnipresence within our world is not a manifestation of divine infinity, but the result of an intricate, automated surveillance architecture built into the fabric of the matrix. The Demiurge achieves the illusion of omnipresence through a vast network of bureaucratic proxies and energetic security scripts. Rather than being personally present in every location, he has deployed his archons to manage the 7 planetary heavens, ensuring that every spatial coordinate within the simulation is under constant regulation. Beneath the planetary spheres, the system utilizes a geometric grid that permeates the Earth's atmosphere. This grid acts as an energetic web that monitors the frequency shifts of the collective human consciousness. Whenever a soul begins to raise its vibration or question the programming, the grid registers the anomaly, triggering automated countermeasures to neutralize the awakening before it can spread to other cells in the network. The Demiurge's omnipresence is actually an automated surveillance architecture executed by archonic proxies and planetary frequencies. Furthermore, the Demiurge utilizes the sleeping human collective as an unwitting army of surveillance agents. Because the vast majority of human beings are completely identified with their psychic egos and social conditioning, they function as nodes within the archonic software program. When an individual begins to express true, sovereign, monadic insights, the surrounding people, family members, friends, religious leaders, and societal institutions instantly react with hostility, mockery, or concern. The system automatically weaponizes the social circle of the awakening soul to pull them back into conformity. The Demiurge does not need to be everywhere at once when he has successfully programmed the prisoners to police each other. Understanding that the Demiurge's omnipresence is an illusion is one of the most liberating steps an awakening spirit can take. It reveals that the all-seeing eye of the Creator God is merely a cosmic security camera with distinct blind spots. The primary blind spot of the Demiurge is the pneumatic spark itself, the uncreated fragment of the pleroma hidden deep within the human container. Because this spark operates on a frequency of pure, weightless light that predates the creation of the material simulation, the Demiurge's surveillance grid cannot read, comprehend, or track it. When you withdraw your attention from the ego and anchor your awareness strictly in the uncreated now of the monad, you effectively step into complete invisibility, entirely outside the jurisdiction of the archonic surveillance state. Chapter 5. The Chains of Mental Attachment, Deploying Lies, Institutions, Marriage, Religion, and Corporations to maintain complete dominion over a population that carries a hidden spark of the true divine. Physical force is insufficient. The archons understand that a prisoner who knows he is in prison will eventually attempt to escape. Therefore, the Demiurge's primary method of control is psychological and institutional. He has constructed a complex network of social structures and ideological systems designed to make the prisoners love their confinement, mistake their chains for badges of honor, and voluntarily invest their precious life force into the maintenance of the simulation. These chains are forged through religion, marriage, and corporations. The most potent weapon in the archonic arsenal is institutionalized religion. Religion is the ultimate inversion of gnosis. It takes the human yearning for the true source and redirects it into the mouth of the Demiurge. By creating dogmatic creeds, holy books, and elaborate hierarchies of priests and gurus, the system establishes itself as the mandatory mediator between humanity and the divine. Religion conditions the soul to believe that God is an external judge who demands sacrifice, worship, and compliance with moral laws. This setup keeps the spirit in a state of perpetual guilt and unworthiness, ensuring that it constantly projects its internal power outward, feeding the very entity that keeps it enslaved. Religion turns the uncreated freedom of spirit into a rigid, psychic control contract. Simultaneously, the system deploys the institutionalized script of marriage and romantic dependency to anchor consciousness to the material matrix. While genuine energetic resonance between two sovereign spirits is a real, weightless expression of the pleroma's divine pairing, The institutionalized structure of marriage is heavily managed by the Matrix. It is designed to transform romantic love into a legal, social, and financial contract that binds individuals to the survival loop. It introduces scripts of ownership, jealousy, expectation, and societal duty. By forcing individuals to look to another person for emotional completion, the system ensures that they remain distracted from their internal wholeness, while simultaneously generating the next generation of physical bodies to keep the energy harvesting cycle running. To lock the physical survival loop into place, the Archons engineered the modern corporate and financial matrix. Corporations are synthetic, energetic entities, legal fictions that operate as localized expressions of the demiurge's drive for accumulation and control. The financial system is programmed on the principle of scarcity, forcing human beings to trade their time, creative energy, and sovereign focus for artificial currency just to secure basic food and shelter. This corporate grid conditions humanity to define their worth by their labor output, social status, and material possessions. By keeping the mind trapped in a linear loop of working, consuming, and accumulating, the system successfully prevents the soul from ever discovering that its true wealth is an uncreated infinite inheritance that cannot be bought or sold in the markets of the demiurge.